office. Being laying low with that soft top. But now it's time to celebrate with loved ones. Breaking my wealth out. And ain't nobody gotta have hands out. No wrist watching cause the clock don't stop when it pan out. Cause falling down ain't really what it seems. Feel like I am on the run. I gotta chase my dreams. I gotta chase them. Ooh, I gotta chase them. Oh, clock don't stop for the runner. I'm coming up. Oh, clock don't stop for the runner. I'm coming up.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, grasshoppers. Let's get into the mix quickly here. Matcha Latte Bob, how are you? Let's turn down the music just a smidge. We have the last day of the Rilton Cup happening. I did forget to open it. Come. But you can't have that for breakfast. That's candy. That's candy. You have to have breakfast. You see, Nana. Then I can open this, okay?
It is breakfast.
This is not breakfast. This is blue raspberry sour power straws. Say, Nana, I need breakfast before I can have this. Go. Go see
I'm
Nana.
not gonna say that.
You are going to say that. Go tell Nana you need breakfast. You can't open that. Do not open that before breakfast. That's candy. Go.
I can't open
No. Go see
it.
Nana.
I can't open it with a sizzle.
Wise guy. We are continuing with the YouTube series based on Anand's games. Matching wits with Anand. A little bit less matching wits in the last one. That much is true. Hopefully this is good. We'll see. Uh-oh, I think he's back. He has to have breakfast before he can have candy. He's going to martial arts this morning, and I'm taking him right after the stream. Are we going to get an opponent? We have 6 players playing. Theoretically, we have 10 players. Matcha Latte Bob seems to have more than one. Tab open. I did start to play in yesterday's titled arena, but I did not have the time between lessons. It was non-stop. How is Prodigy doing against Charles Numero Uno? I don't know if I like H6. Black's king is caught in the center. White does have better development. Looks like it was a queen pawn opening. It seems like it should be a knight off, but we'll know in a moment. And we're working on D6 as black. If our opponent insists, we are going to actually slip into a Leningrad Dutch here. And see what our opponent has in mind. He should, of course, play exactly what he should play. And he did not. That's interesting. There is no attack over here without him finishing his opening first. There just is no attack. Well, alright, fine. Maybe, just maybe. Let's see what he's up to. I am in a lot of trouble. But we may need to return at least one of the pieces. Dum 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 da 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 dum 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 dum. Really? Now that his knight cannot go to the square that we thought it was going to, I'm a radical. Straight up ahead, I'm a radical. I haven't castled yet. But what is my opponent up to? He's going a little nuts here, trying to checkmate me. Oh, you're going to play it that way? Fine. How do you plan on continuing? Da-da-da-dum. 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 Ba-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-dum. Can I go this way? Knight takes e6. Alright, we have to start battening down the hatches just a little bit. How is he going to continue this attack some more? He needs more attackers. I have 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 defenders. So he has 5 attackers. And now I have yet another defender, mind you. I'm a radical. Head, I'm a radical. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I am up a rook. I'm up an exchange, right? So we'll see how this goes in just a moment. I think he has to sack a knight. Now, how is that one going to get helped? More where that came from?
Shaken, not stirred.
Good morning. Thank you, Pepsi Stricker.
Thanks for following.
Namaste for the follow. Namaste. Great to have you on board. We are also promoting the YouTube channel with My Memorable Games, among other things. Let's see how he wishes to get this. this option open, and we will question this. We're just gonna step up to. He does get a pawn, I get a pawn, he gets a deck, I get a knight. Let's just keep it up. Attacking things. Really, we have to trade. He's running out of everything. Is he going to get the wing? We need a surrounding moment of everything. Yep, last rook came into the game. That should have done it. We had bishop c6, rook e3. I don't know. What could it be? But the bishop on e2 was lost. I don't know what we're listening to, honestly. We are listening to FIFA-inspired Black Moon Rising. 8 players playing now. 13 players in the arena. Pepsi, where are you from? I know you're not from Vietnam because I think Pepsi is very, very down there. Pepsi, like, dissed on the people of Vietnam more or less majorly. They had a Pepsi plant there. And I believe they treated the workers extremely unfairly. Pepsi is a known union breaker. Not necessarily. Candy is breakfast, Faubourg. You're commenting on the other side. Candy is breakfast for that guy, that's for sure. Candy is life. You guys are funny. I'm sure he'll be happy to know that you're on his side. How is the noise level of the music? Is it too loud? It's always much louder for me than it is for you. Right now it's at an audible of 24 decibels for the desktop audio. I'm not sure what this means, actually. Minus 24 decibels. While my microphone is at minus 1 decibel. And my microphone is not necessarily reaching the yellow marks. I know how you're supposed to calibrate these things.
Grandpa!
Uh-oh.
I opened it.
You opened it. Everybody here thinks that candy is breakfast. So they're on your side.
I heard that.
You heard that? Matcha Latte Bob and Faubourg think that you are on the right path. Yes, I could be in trouble. That's what I get for moving too quickly. I hung a pawn. I hung a pawn. I hung a pawn. We'll get distracted. We'll pioneer. Do I want to play G5 and F4? I guess that's the natural thing to do. Those knights. F4 bishop takes, no good. Really? Alright, fine. This is hanging. That much is true. We have to be patient. Really? You're going in that direction? Look at all these dark squares, ladies and gents. I have no idea where we will end up next. But I don't have much of a choice, unfortunately. Can I do it this way? Oh no. I was expecting a slightly different outcome here. Pepsi's drinker. I was expecting a slightly different outcome. Knight c6 is what I was expecting. Knight c6, bishop takes b2, knight takes b8. Bishop takes a1, knight c6, and I'm in trouble. So therefore, knight c6 probably was clearly better for you. I didn't know what I was going to do on knight c6 just yet. But I was going to have to hold out, and I was expecting it a different way. Knight takes c6, bishop takes b2, knight takes b8, knight takes b8, and only then, if rook takes a7, then I was going to play bishop d4 check. That was a slightly different outcome. I did not expect you to give it up right away. You must have been fun with the girls in high school. But I'm bummed. Hopefully that joke was over the head of all of the kids. Adding new meaning to the word, never gonna get it. What are we up to here? I am so lucky once again. Honestly. Let's just look at this for a moment. Was I white? Did I really play c3? No, he played c3. Wise guy. He's on my plan. I'm trying to get my c3s up. But I'm bummed. I'm only at 274 c3s at the moment. Judge Dredd. 42 other players first. And as black. Still 42 other players. Fair enough. Boy, was I toasted in the previous game, though. This is a terrible, terrible opening, right? G6, knight f3. I should dig down my my Averbach modern book. If I'm going to play this way. Yeah, I thought so. I think I had to play c6. Where is it over here? g5. Ah, yes. g5 straight away. Just get this party started. Especially since the knight moved backwards. I was expecting queen to b3 check. And an exchange of queens. After queen f7, bishop c4, d5, knight g5. And do I lose this pawn with check? What is that one? Queen to b3 check, king h8, knight g5, knight b6. Yeah, maybe. I was still thinking that I was getting away with d5. Queen f7, knight g5, queen takes b3. But after queen f7, bishop g4, d5, knight g5, I always have pawn takes pawn, don't I? So that didn't work out. What a terrible bit of analysis that was. Matcha Latte Bob is vying for... We have 2 former Columbia Grammar students in this mix. Both playing black this round. Missed them both dearly. They were good kids. Well, you're one of them, buddy. You're so old now. Well, if I said they're both playing black right now in this round, that leaves you only with 1 or 2. So you can probably figure it out. Relocations are usually the problem with losing students. Not necessarily that we have any less of a chess program, that they would go somewhere else. Faubourg. Actually, we're not necessarily playing d4, by the way. Oh, well, now we are. With that weakness in mind, we certainly are. Yeah, we probably should have captured, but these white squares are so weak. It's very tempting. Uh-oh. Life is getting a little bit more difficult in this instance. Very, very, very difficult. Oh no! I fell to that trap. Now we have a real game on our hands. I should have been castled, ladies and gentlemen. I have not gotten caught that poorly since 19... $1982. 1982 was the last time I fell for that trick. I was in the middle of a terrific opportunity against. Let's see if I can find him. We have a book of his games here. I was involved in a game against the legendary old master from Czechoslovakia, Anton Sildmetz. He had the jacket with the tweed patches on his arms. Where are you headed, and what does it all mean? The wise guy had candy. So the legendary old master, Anton Sildmetz, basically as it turns out, the legendary old master, in the middle of my voracious attack on him, he basically said check and I realized that my king was in the center of the board. You want candy too? I know, he just told Nana that he's already had breakfast. It was candy. She is not too pleased about this. So how do I wish to go after him now? Where does he expect to be going? Let's just go this way. And we will see. What in the world? Dudovich. You're getting a little overworked here. If I had a dark squared bishop, you'd be in bigger trouble. But the good news is, I don't have a dark squared bishop. We will see. Ladies and gentlemen, Faubourg. Pegasus, did you know they have a voice called Pegasus on the Gemini app? It is very cool, I have to admit. They do. They have a voice for Pegasus on the Gemini app. And now, which way am I going? Am I going in this direction or in that direction? Check. King moves. We'll see what happens here. As long as we keep capturing, he cannot keep capturing. What in the world? Now I have to go for it. The entire operation was hinging on the success of this knight g7 maneuver. And now for something completely indifferent. Yeah, I was very lucky, Faubourg. So sorry. All the foes in Faubourg. Is this a play on Faubourg? Only Faubourg? I don't know. Thank you, Faubourg. But you have been playing really well lately. You shouldn't have fooled around with f6. Just because I'm playing c3 doesn't mean I'm being disrespectful. It just means that I have a content creation streaming contract that I actually have to be entertaining at all times, which is very sad. Tony the Mon. I could have gotten we're on our way, ladies and gentlemen. We're on our way. What in the world is going on? Well, now we're after that dark squared bishop. We're not fooling around anymore. Yes. 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 And we're off. Which way do I go? Tony the Man is trying to have more time than me. It doesn't make any sense, you know. Do I want to do this? So that. Oops. We're very lucky that we can attack more things that we have in the past. And now we can. I know, I talked to him, hon. What do I wish to do? And now we have to. Where are you going? Well, that might work out. Yep, that worked out well. Was I in trouble in that game? I think I was. We have to continue our study streams. They seem to be working. It wasn't long after I stopped doing the study streams, the study stream challenges. I have to re-enable those. Where are they? In the rewards. We need them in the rewards. Layouts, collectibles. Highlighter, App Store, overlays. Need it under content, probably. Dashboard home, alert box settings, widgets, multi-stream. We have to find it. That much is true. Let's do it. We're trying to do C3. Pots are at large once again, this time with the other color. We are... What is the command for this? We're trying to do a... We're trying to do a... Let's see what we can do here. What is it when we try to get a percentage of the action? God, I can't even remember the there's a poker theme for being well-rounded in your selections. And I can't remember what it is called. There is a poker theme for this. Normally I'd have to play H3 here. But in reality, I do not have to play H3 here. Because he doesn't have... He does have that, though, so I have to be careful. No pre-moving, because bishop a6 could ruin my day. Let's make sure this knight doesn't have any prospects. But was I really threatening to capture there twice? I don't know. But now that we can get there from here, let us try it. b5 takes, b takes c4, takes f6, queen takes c4. Then the knight gets two really good squares, so I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Instead, we're going after the white squared bishop. That's what we're doing. Just have to look at all of the forcing moves first. AKA my old coach and mentor, Charles Herten. Grandmaster BHK. Nice name, Matcha Latte Bob. Yeah, we're going after that bishop. That is the piece that we want. That is his best bishop. Let us see if he wishes to give it up. Alright, so we don't have to take it right away. A4 could have been a better move. Yeah, A4 could have been a better move. B4. It's hard to say. And now this bishop is still in the lurch. Is he threatening queen takes c3? I don't think so. All right, now it is official. Now 'tis official. We do have to take the bishop. Could have taken the free pawn. Is that possible? Could we have taken a free pawn? It's very disconcerting that I could have taken a free pawn. Takes, 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 takes. Yep, we're going to play this a la Ruy Lopez style, it looks like. With all of the action taking place on the queen side. Well, that was unexpected. That was totally unexpected. That was totally unexpected. Who knew that was coming? I didn't. Who knew that was coming? I didn't. Who knew that was coming? I didn't. Who? Interesting. The exchange sack is a very logical one. That much is true. So how do we batten down some of these hatches? First things first, let's consolidate. This is a natural process of consolidation, where we still have the better minor piece. 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 And it's true that I don't have a way in over there. Are you going to do it? I don't know. I got the moves. Yep, yep. And now what do you have for a breakthrough here? You got the move. I got the blitz. Can I go in that direction? Mm-hmm. Oh no! Oh no! That's horrible. Let's give him a checkup, just in case. And another checkup, just in case. 2 minor pieces for a rook now? Wow, can't believe I just gave away one. I forgot completely that I did not have that bishop under control. Forgot completely about it. Let's just get going. Let us just get going. He returned the favor. Wow. You returned the favor. 2 pieces hung on D4. Craziness, everybody. Craziness. And my rating is at an all-time low. It's like down 370 points from what I would like it to be. Namaste, Ron Hay. Namaste, Ron Hay. Where in the world is Ron Hay these days? I would expect Ron Hay to be at the Rilton Cup visiting this weekend. Let Anna Maya know that you are a Master Chess Dojo supporter of her. Let Hannah Sace know that you are a Master Chess Dojo supporter of her. Let Kantana Chess know that you're a Master Chess Dojo supporter of her. All right, the battle is on. For Charles, I have to play very, very normally. Especially since he's giving away the advantage with bishop to b5. And now we'll start breaking down the center a little bit. The recipe is the same. Regardless of where are the weaknesses. What are we doing? What are we threatening? What are we doing? What do we want? What do we do? What do we want? What do we do? How do we go for it more? We have some interesting we are just going to find good squares for our pieces. Maybe we'll return the favor here. Yep. That was weird. That was weird. All right. with 2 pawns hanging.
Okay, I'm swerving when I pull up, ayy. Irvin, how I pull up, ayy. One day see me stage diving, hands in the air like a hold up. Ride around in that city, windows down, blowing heaters. Kick it with my feet up, mine's the 3-4 seater. Hey, yeah. Foot up on the gas, pedal to the metal. Yeah, I like to drive it fast. Had to get my G's up, leave your head to hit the dash. They once hit me up like, call me when you coming back. Yeah, yeah. You might catch me in the summertime shot. Cruising down LSD, yeah, love how I ride. Yeah, chubby white kid with the bleach blonde hair. Yeah, I'ma be the man when I come around here. Hey, swerving, 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 then I pull up, hopping out like what up, who I'm about to put my foot up, hold up, hope somebody run up, when we on for the night, I be out until the sun up, it be all about the high.
We have a very serious match in front of us here, as young Charles is maturing rather quickly. Like, way too quickly. What? I guess I'm not paying attention very much. Yes, we were expecting this, weren't we? We were expecting that, right? And now his bishop's hanging. Rook takes. Let's just get that in while we can.
Vodka shaken, not stirred.
Rook takes, pawn takes. Very important game there. Can't play any funny openings against that guy. He knows what he's doing. Pots are at large indeed. That's the really awkward thing about Swiss systems versus arena tournaments. You can play the same player over and over again in an arena tournament and you just get beaten to death. This has happened to me so many times when I play a player that ruins my day, but in a Swiss system you only have to play that player once, and if you play really Matcha Latte Bob, you can't say things like that online, even if I know that it's true, alright? You already know that I know that. But you're not supposed to say that in messages online. No references to gender, age, where you live, things like that, everybody. It's bad enough that everyone knows that I live in New York City. But we're not getting another game in today, unfortunately. Ron Hay versus Faubourg. Matcha Latte Bob. I think I had to play H4 in that last game, honestly. As black. Let's just take a quick peek here. I am behind in my C5s a little bit, but we brought it up by 1. And this particular line, by the way, I don't think is very good. I really don't believe in this anti-Sicilian at all. I believe you should tackle the open Sicilians to the greatest of your ability and learn how to play those open Sicilians. As Jan Ludwig Hammer said not long ago in a Take broadcast, he could still possibly be the number 2 player in Norway had he learned to play open Sicilians, because he always played nonsense against open Sicilians, such as the closed variation or the Grand Prix or bishop to b5. He never played open Sicilians, and he never learned that part of the game with the flexible fluid centers. So I have played d5 here before, but knight f6 is the way to go. Once again, d5 could be an option, but in general. Did I play c takes d4 first and then d5? I did it again today. And I believe that's the best move, to be honest. Rook e1, castles, d4, and I should play d5 right away, or a6. a6 is met by bishop f1. Honestly, I don't know what that engine is talking about up there. But in general, after c takes d4, so it could have been even lower here. Queen to b6 is also an intriguing move. I know that was played by maybe Tal in a similar game against, in a similar opening against Jinjijashvili. I remember the bishop retreated to d3 in that game. So queen a5 straight away is better. Queen a5 straight away is better. Interesting. And if knight takes e4, d takes e4. Bishop takes c6. B takes c6, rook takes e4. Queen to d5. And then we remove the defender. Very curious about that line. Bishop takes c6, queen to d5, and then queen to e2, huh? a5, threatening bishop a6, bishop g5, going after that pawn, rook e8, bishop d2, queen to b5. I don't know if it's worth it being down a pawn. Black has 6 pawns and white has 7. Bishop to c3, queen e2, bishop h6. A lot of play for the pawn, but I don't know if it's full compensation for the pawn. So as a result, I played knight takes c3 and then queen a5. a4 was the best move. Gave away his bishop pair. And rook e3 was a very strange move. Which meant that c5 was automatic. c5 was automatic. And now after queen to d8, d takes c5, I'm better. But he played another strange move, queen to c2, bishop takes f3, g takes f3, c takes d4. And this is another strange move when he should be putting his rook on e1 to guard at least one of the 2 pawns. I'm already up a pawn, so he should play rook e1. And then here, I just took the pawn. After all, why not? I did expect c5, but my opponent played very strangely. So we just centralize. I don't understand what my opponent's up to, so I definitely brought my rook into the game. Queen to d6 was the best move. Rook to c5 was better than queen takes. That's a very cool move. Rook on e to d8 also. There was absolutely nothing going on here. But queen takes d5 was the 3rd best move. And I should probably go after queen takes a2, but I chose to just consolidate in this manner first. I was thinking that I was going to be playing But my opponent played the really dubious this, and we hit him with the best possible move, h5. Queen e2, queen c4 instead of queen e4. Queen e4 could have caused instant resignation. Yeah, queen e4 would have caused instant resignation. That's sad that I didn't see it. In any event, I actually threw away my entire advantage here. Rook on e to c8 was the simplest. Just simply bringing a rook to c1, the weak back rank. Bishop takes h4 was easiest. Rook to b3. Bishop f8. Getting the rook off of the third rank. Interesting. So that after rook moves, we just play e3. Fascinating. Instead, I played rather passively. And after bishop to g3, played passively again. d3 is correct. And bishop f8 would have been correct. But I really thought that I was getting through. But I forgot about this check. But bishop f8 first would have gotten me to b4. And that would have been game over. Because now we can play e3. And he no longer has this check because of e2 takes, and bishop to b4 check. And we just play a waiting move. This bishop doesn't have any squares to move to. We're just playing a waiting move so that the bishop cannot guard the rook when this happens. So if he plays here, then we promote. So therefore, yeah, this was a terrible move. And I don't believe that I played it very well. I believe that h4 was a better move. Instead, I played here. h4 would have been equal. No? Yes? Maybe so. h4, h4. My plan was to play bishop here, but he always has the cross and cover, which is very sad. Am I winning this endgame? That's a good question. He chose that move and we promoted immediately. Yeah, of course we had queen to b6 checkmate. But I didn't want to mate. I did not want to mate with the queen. Oh, and I must run, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks everyone for being here. It was a relatively okay day. Get plenty of sleep. Enjoy your 2025. Please join the Discord or follow me on my socials. Please check out the YouTube. The Discord link is here. We'll be posting more and more AI images to a certain
Player
extent.
Sloan.
Said. Hello, John.
We'll be raiding good friend and fellow streamer Kingslayer Sloan. Good morning, sir. We are off. Namaste, everyone. Please enjoy what is going on,
Player Sloan.
right?
Said. Stay safe, John.
I'm not a chess.com streamer, so I'm not really qualified to comment on any of those streams, even though I've been asked by Dina Belankaya and talked about it with Anamaya, Angelica Chessborn, and Hannah Sace. I believe we also talked about it. But in general, I'm just not a chess.com streamer, so we're going to have to save that opportunity for another day. After chess.com folds and Lee Chess is the only streaming service available, then we will be able to work something out. Cheers and ciao, everyone. Namaste, Bad Bishop for the follow.
Said.
Pepsi
We'll
Drinker.
have to wait a while.
Pepsi Drinker. I am a patient man. I can wait as long as it takes. Namaste, Pegasus. By the way, there is a great Pegasus voice on Gemini by Google. The AI chat voice, which I have switched to. I don't use the Pegasus voice, but needless to say, thank